cool she didn't kill him. Like, not even meaning to. Like, she could have aimed for his fucking big toe and still killed him with the amount of unlucky that Sam is. Except that maybe the fact that Dean had so much luck that it counteracts.
I think now that Dean is the ownership and Sam, I think the ownership is transferred to Dean and he's fine.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's going to go right for Sam. It's just not going to go completely wrong because Dean's too lucky for him to have.
Yeah.
Because if something bad happened to Sam, then that would translate to being bad for Dean.
Yeah, so, like, she can hit him and she can hurt him, but she can't kill him. Like, she could shoot him, like, 5 times and she might hit him 5 times, but, like, it's not going to be fatal. It's just going to suck.
And it does.
Sam's definitely not enjoying it, that's for sure.
No.
Dean throws the foot in a very classic Big Brother think fast, which means Bella has to destroy it to save herself, because now she's the owner of the rabbit's foot.
See, here's the thing, though. If I was Bella, I would have been fine, because I can't catch for jack shit, you know? Like...
Well, I feel like Bella is just, I don't know, I feel like Bella has good reflexes. She seems very confident in her ability to shoot Sam and, like, only hit him where she wants to hit him. She seems very coordinated.
Yep, she's a cat burglar.
She is then, like, leaning on the tombstone with Dean's jacket on it, and then wishes them a nice night. And a tombstone is not a coat rack, Dean Winchester.
I would just like to say that she has, like, her literal introduction to the brothers is pickpocketing Sam, and they're not even slightly suspicious when she hovers, like, suspiciously near Dean's jacket that has all of the winning lotto tickets in it. They're not even slightly suspicious of that.
Well, we have established that they're idiots, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just so mad that you, like, threw his jacket over a tombstone like it was the side of a couch. Like,
there's a person under there.
I know that you've raised yourself, Dean, but some basic respect for the dead, please. Please, I'm
Also, they're just
begging
far
you.
too comfortable in cemeteries.
Oh, far too comfortable. It's like, it's home. Like, really is like, there's a couch, throw your jacket over the edge. Like,
It's a very hard stone couch, but you can probably still sit on it.
I mean, she's leaning on it like it's a piece of household furniture.
She's weird, too.
Yeah.
They watch the foot burn, smolder, or whatever. It's a dead animal foot. It's gross. I don't like it.
I wonder how it smells.
Not good.
Probably not great.
I was going to say, like, Barbie.
Jamie.
Or, like,
this
really
is mostly just
old,
fur.
like, taxidermy
Yeah.
barbecue.
Dean goes to grab the tickets, and because he's up 46K, and then they see Bella speed off, and cuts her, she got all of the tickets. Thought that not a good profit margin for what she wanted, but, like, I'm assuming she didn't pay Wayne and Grossman, and she made $46,000, and it was basically nothing. Like,
Yeah, well, they said that she only paid them a couple of $100, so I'm thinking, like, maybe $500 max.
and I'm assuming she didn't pay them because they didn't deliver it. Like,
That's a good point.
They only did half the job.
yeah, they only got, like, by the time that they would have been giving her the foot, they did not have it anymore, so I'm assuming one of them died. I'm assuming the other one didn't get paid.
It sucks.
Yeah, that poor dude. Like, how do you... Like, what would he have done the next day? Like, how do you... He just woke up and had to deal with that.
He was literally pouring one out for his friend. Like, pouring one out, like...
Yeah.
He was real broken up about it. Poor guy.
And also, he's just found out that the supernatural exists, and there's just, like, not a support group for that. Like, he's
Maybe he'll be a hunter. That's usually how they deal with grief on this show.
Yeah, that's true. Jared can't get through being very indignant son of a bitch. It's just, I don't know, it's funny. It's funny to see that they just gave up on trying to get a take where he didn't laugh.
Yeah.
They're like, we've been filming this for like 3 hours. We can't do another take. We're gonna use the one where he laughs either the most or the least.
Oh, yeah.
Kubrick has a broken nose, but he's back missing Gordon anyways, and he's been convinced. Gordon is very clearly, like, not in with this whole, like, God angle, but he's also still very much convinced so much just
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, Gordon's just like, whatever it takes for you to be on my team.
But yeah, that's the episode ends with Gordon saying he needs to get the hell out of prison. So glad that that's definitely 100% going to be followed up on, like, really quickly, I'm sure. But, okay, we have a couple of questions from some listeners. If you want to submit questions, you should come join us in our Discord. The link is in our link tree. We ask people if they have questions for our guests every week. So our first one is, what is one thing that you would do with the lucky rabbit's foot, or would you just, like, say no and not risk the bad luck?
I would stay away from that thing. I'm not risking it.
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Jamie?
If I could get the rabbit's foot and sell it for $1.5 million, I'd totally steal the rabbit's foot and sell it for $1.5 million. But I would not touch it.
Yeah.
I think I might touch it. I think I have low impulse control.
So do I, but I'm not gonna touch it.
What would you do with your luck for your 3 days before you die?
I don't know. On the other hand, I am very bad about losing literally everything, so I would not last very long. I feel like.
Why would you do this to yourself?
But
I'm gonna lose it almost immediately. But I'm still gonna touch it.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know. I think it's just nice to have a general sense of Sam, his little brother, it's just very run of the mill stuff. You go to a restaurant, you win free food for a year. You're walking around and you find a good
watch.
Yeah.
No, it's just not worth it to me.
I don't know. It just seems like a very I don't know. It feels like the minor inconveniences of life would just not be a problem, and that sounds very nice.
But then I think about the fact that one guy got stabbed through the neck with a barbecue fork, and I just don't want to risk it.
That was.
It's not for me.
No.
Okay. So when you say you do pick up the rabbit's foot, how long do you think that you could keep it?
Okay, here's the thing. I think that the crucial mistake that Sam makes is that he puts the fucking rabbit's foot in the most easily pickpocketable pocket, but also in a pocket that is most likely to fall out of when you fucking sit down. If you could touch the rabbit's foot, it doesn't necessarily have to be on your person. You could then take it to a security deposit box, put it in there.
But then because the luck doesn't extend to keeping the rabbit's foot, the bank would be wrong. I mean, that seems to be the law of how the rabbit's foot works. It doesn't matter how lucky you personally are, it does not extend to keeping the rabbit's foot. In fact, you're actually kind of unlucky about keeping the rabbit's foot. Even if you think of the guys who stole it and originally got the luck, the rabbit's foot just happened to land close enough for Sam to be able to grab it.
Yeah,
I feel like I just keep it in my hand most of the time. It seems to work with my phone.
I think back jean pocket is a good spot for it, to be honest. The back pocket of your jeans, at the very bottom. Shove it all the way to the bottom of the pocket and
I would put it in my bra, not gonna lie. Because no one is getting their hand in there without me noticing.
I did think of my bra, but things fall out of there.
It did surprise me that Sam did not notice he got pickpocketed. Of all people, Sam Winchester feels like he should be wise to being pickpocketed. Bella must be very skilled.
Men are stupid and horny.
Yeah, that's true. He was distracted. He was
especially
very distracted.
on this show.
Out of character distracted too. Sam usually isn't.
I wonder if it's because he felt just a little bit invincible with the
I think that might have been it. Because Sam does think that he's cursed as far as women are concerned. That is a belief that he has had since early season 2 or season 1. He had that belief in season 1. He does think that he's cursed when it comes to romance. So I can see it being I'm super lucky.
I think he just thinks he's cursed in general. And to be fair, he's not really wrong.
Yeah, he's not indirect. Hazel did say we did joke you up with demon blood as a baby, and
it's not something you
I'm sure there were no adverse side effects at all to that.
Yeah, definitely nothing wrong with that. We've also been following you around killing people that matter to you.
You are cursed, my boy.
Your mom
you
and
are.
your girlfriend, But yeah, it is interesting that that is the time that Sam is very distracted by a woman. Not the only time, but very obviously distracted. I lose everything on a very regular basis.
I've lost my phone twice today already.
Maybe the rabbit's foot was just I'm going to bestow you with the powers of a rabbit, so go out there and multiply.
I am absolutely. I live in fear of my phone ringing in public. I just think it's so embarrassing to have your phone go off in public.
My phone lives on silent. If I'm being totally honest, the only time I turn it on is if I'm expecting an important phone call and I don't want to miss it. But at all other times, silent or vibrate.
I always keep mine on vibrate.
But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I would do well with the rabbits. But I think I'm on par with the Winchesters. Give me a couple hours and I'm in imminent danger of bad luck.
I'm distracted by Bella.
Yeah,
actually,
also,
I would be distracted by Bella.
I might also be horny and stupid, so.
See, here's the great thing about being ace. It makes you invulnerable to this sort of shit.
Right? I mean, I do stare at people, but I don't have any desire to sleep with them.
Yeah. It's great. You're so much more focused. You don't have to worry about someone flirting with you and trying to steal a lucky rabbit's foot that's secretly cursed. You really avoid all of life's big problems.
Damn, KJ, we're really at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and it can come from all sides.
I know.
You're not even safe from half the population. It could really be anybody. On to our MVP of the week. Let's see who our guest would like comment is this week's most valuable person. Let's start with Beth.
No hesitation, I'm nominating nominating Bobby. Again, for the reasons I said before, I think he deserves financial compensation. Like, the amount of, like, this is only what we see on screen. Like, imagine the amount of shit that Bobby deals with. Exactly. And it's not just the Winchesters. Like, remembering that Bobby is also, the help call person for, like, so many other people.
Yeah, he's basically tech support at this point.
Literally, like, what's that episode? Is it, like, Weekend at Bobby's, I think, where we get, like, all of, from his perspective, the amount of shit that he deals with. Bobby is my MVP for this episode and many episodes, I think.
Yeah. Jamie, who would you like to nominate as this week's MVP?
I think the host at Biggest, because he's just like, he's crushing it. Like, you can see him vibrating with excitement as they walk in. And then he's like, he's putting 110% into his job. He's really, like, he's doing it all.
I've never seen anyone that excited about working at a restaurant.
He's like that excited librarian in season 2. Or season 1, whatever episode.
Oh, yeah.
Meredith, who would you like to nominate?
I'm gonna give it to Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby deserves it. I'm gonna split mine between Dean and Bobby in terms of, like, general solving shit. Bobby's helpful, but Dean, does the solving work that Bobby gives to him, so I give him some credit. Half a point each. Bechdel test. Did we have 2 name women in this episode? We did not. It's just Bella.
Unless you count Ruby in the recap, but...
no.
Yeah, she wasn't really in it.
Yeah.
But even if you do count Ruby in the recap, they don't talk, so it doesn't matter
there's
anyway.
No interaction.
They should, though. I want to see how that conversation would go.
Yeah.
I feel like they would get along surprisingly well.
Yeah, actually.
Meg, Ruby, Bella, and Ava are the girl squad that I want to see.
Okay, yes.
I would throw, later seasons, I would throw NIL in there, too.
Who's that?
That's...
NIL.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah.
There we go. That's the remake of Charlie's Angels, really.
Ava was robbed.
I'm so glad that Jamie's here to say it herself. Instead of me introducing your whole podcast, you're just here to do it yourself.
Ava was robbed. It's like my one talking point at this point.
Talking point. It's a good one.
Highlight and low light. Jamie, did you have a highlight and a low light for this episode?
Can I just choose like a category of things that are my highlight?
Yeah, it could be as general or as specific as you want.
So the highlight of this episode for me has to be the choreography. Like the way they staged this entire episode, like the fight scenes, like all of like the little coincidences that normally you can't really get away with because it's like so unrealistic. But I really enjoy in this episode how like all of the plot lines tie together and how all of like the little details sort of line up and all the like choreography that they do to make everything line up.
Yeah. Meredith, how about you?
I'm gonna say Bella's introduction. She's a lot of fun.
Beth, how about you?
So, Supernatural has this weird relationship with lamp, and I think my highlight for this episode has to be when Sam trips over the cord and absolutely floors that lamp. I think it's just, like, oftentimes when lamps get destroyed, it's a Dean thing, but this I think is the
lamp, too.
I think this is
the lamp also.
This is maybe the only, or at least one of the very few times that Sam KOs a lamp, and so I think that deserves its own special mention.
Do you think the lamps are disappointed in Sam?
I think someone is.
I'm gonna get you all to go through your low light because I want to do I want to end on my highlight. Jamie, what was your low light? What's the thing you didn't like in this episode?
Probably the moment when Sam loses the rabbit spit and he stands up and he knocks over that waiter. Because like working food, that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, that's fair. That is very valid.
Like just like war flashbacks for me, you know?
Oh gosh.
Before we started recording, Meredith and I were literally talking about like Meredith does not want to work in food service.
I know, not again. I can't do it.
Meredith, what was your low light?
Wayne's death.
Yeah.
That one was Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. It wasn't pretty.
Beth, was that also yours?
Yeah, do you know what? I was really struggling to think of one, but I'm glad you said that because, yes, I agree. My neck injury, I think, speaks for itself.
Yeah, mine was also Wayne's death with the beer bottle. I don't want to talk about it, like, spoilers, but the lingering shot on the bottle, but, like, where he steps over it and then he, like, turns around and comes back to it.
I do think the setup was great, like,
It was
artistically,
great.
like,
It was
from
great.
a film, like, making standpoint, beautiful.
It gave me all of the rage flashback to 1520, like, to the choreography in that episode.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
what we're talking about.
Jamie and Meredith look really confused, but me and you know what we're on about.
It's okay. I can Google it if it matters to me.
The lingering shot on the bottle really made me like, it gave me the same feeling.
Just excited to have a friend in my confusion. Normally it's just me.
My highlight, I added 2, and it's a toss-up between Sam tearing down the curtain and the other 2 hunters, like, right outside the window. I just think that's very funny. And then, like, Dean and Bella's, like, standoff in her apartment. Because, Call CBS. Times when an adult should be calling CBS, particularly on John/the Winchesters. Well, we already talked a bit about the whole trophy thing, the sawed-off shotgun thing.